Hi, I'm Michael Giudicissi, and this is One Day Only.
Old West legends return from the grave. Questions will be answered. Truth will be revealed. In one final interview, and for one day only.
GPS says we're in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, just outside of Albuquerque. This better be good. I've come a long way for this.
This is as far as you go.
I guess this is it. I'm not even sure who we're here to find, so let's find out. Saloon. If it's not in the mine, maybe we're in the wrong place. Aha! Here's what we're looking for. All right, let's see who we're here to find. James Butler Hickok. Maybe you know him as Wild Bill. He's around here somewhere. Now we just have to find him. There he is. Yeah! Mr. Hickok!
Hold it right there, mister.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Easy.
Where am I? What is this place?
Is this you? James Butler Hickok?
Tell me where I'm at!
I brought you back here for one day, and you and I need to have a talk.
What's with your fancy duds there, mister?
These are just clothes.
You better start explaining yourself. Where am I?
Can you please put the gun away?
Okay.
Please have a seat.
I'm still confused here. The last thing I remember, I was at the number 10 saloon gambling. I had aces and eights. It's a pretty good hand. I'm pretty sure I was gonna win. And then darkness. And now here, you, me. Can you explain what's going on here?
Let's get to that in just a minute. Let me ask you a few questions first, and I'll answer anything that I can. Apparently you were a pretty good shot, although some of the things that you claim to have done, I'm not that sure that you did.
I can tell you one that's for sure true. I can shoot a piece of paper 6 times before it touches the ground.
I don't know that shooting a piece of paper 6 times before it hits the ground has a lot of value in 2018, but I appreciate the marksmanship that goes into it.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Okay, fair enough. How do you like the candle, by the way? Don't burn yourself on the flame.
That's why I had to move it. Obviously, me and candles, flames, don't get along so well.
Yeah.
What kind of witchcraft is that? You're touching the fire? What kind of weird candle is this?
That's an electric candle. You can touch it. You're safe. Don't worry. You probably don't know much about electricity, but we have power that can run lights right now, much like you see the lights that are lighting the saloon. Listen, I know early on, kind of because of your lip and your nose, they used to call you Duck Bill, which I thought was pretty funny. Did anyone ever call you that later on in life?
Yes, and I hated being called Duck Bill.
Really?
The man who called me that, Dave McCandless,
Yeah.
killed him. Shot him right through the heart. Well, for that and a few other reasons, but nobody ever calls me Duck Bill jokingly, and you need to be careful because I'm fully loaded here.
I understand. You talked about David McCandless. You didn't really kill him.
Well, it wasn't the first time I'd shot at a man, but first time that one was killed when I was nearby.
So you didn't kill him. If you're ever going to tell the truth about these things, now is the time.
All right, I'll fess up. It was Wellman. I was there. I took the credit. I didn't want to give that bear a chance to attack. It has youngins nearby. It's extremely dangerous. And unfortunately, when I shot it, the bullet ricocheted off its skull. That's true. However, I let Dave shoot first, and he missed. So I shot back. I ended his life. But I told him not to wear my watch out in public. Dave Tutt, he was a man without honor. He was a man without truth. And if anybody needed killing in this lifetime that I pulled the trigger on, it was him. And it wasn't just about the watch.
Back in Jefferson County, Nebraska. This is completely unbelievable to me. There was supposedly a shootout with you and 4 men that you got into a little row with in a saloon. All 4 men faced you down outside on the street, and supposedly you killed 3 of them with shots to the head, shot the 4th man in the cheek, and sustained only 1 minor wound to your shoulder. Now, Mr. Hickok, with all due respect, you have the firepower and I don't. That is an absolute lie.
Were you there? Did you see it happen?
I have a question whether you were actually there and if it happened.
You know, them words you're spewing out of your mouth are offensive. That story is the absolute truth. I did sustain a little minor injury, and I know it sounds like it's impossible for it to happen, but Wild Bill Hickok, I'm a man who was a fast draw, could outdraw almost any man alive, and I never missed a target. Now, if you were there and you saw what was happening, some men freeze up in a moment of panic, and they do just stand there. They don't know what's going on. Me, I had 12 shots, and I started emptying guns quick before they could come to their senses.
What do you consider a fair fight?
Well, if a man's going to shoot at me, it's fair for me to shoot back. If a man wants me dead, I can shoot him before he even draws the gun, as long as I know he intends to do it.
How could you know that? You
Well,
just
a man threatens you, a man tells you he's going to kill you, you have to take him serious. You know, you get one chance on this planet, and if you don't draw and shoot first, you're going to end up dead. And I do admit that did come back to haunt me once when I killed my own deputy, Mike Williams. That was a reaction, and I've regretted it to the end of my days. He was a good friend, and I drew first, and I shot first. Unfortunately, I didn't look first.
Were you and Calamity Jane ever married? She says you were.
She says we were married. I never married her. We were never officially married. I liked her a lot. She was a good person, great shot, and yeah, I'll say it. She was a good lover too. I did love Agnes as well, but I was also very low on money at the time. Agnes was pretty well off, so marrying her only made sense financially for me to get back on my feet. I liked her, and I liked her money. I'll be honest, it helped that she was wealthy. Well, sometimes you leave your wife for months at a time, man still got needs. And you can get a poke for $1 in a lot of these towns, so it doesn't cost a lot of money. There's no love involved, and it's just physical. That's it.
Keep that in mind. I'll let my wife know what you said.
Is she pretty?
It's beautiful. And you can stay away. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to remember back to August 1st, 1876. Where were you?
I was in Deadwood, South Dakota.
Had you ever met, before that day, August 1st, a man named Jack McCall?
I remember hearing Jack's name a couple times in town, but he was just some young man, a little bit loose on his thinking, not too bright. But when I first met him, he seemed okay.
I understand that on August 1st, he was into you for quite a bit of money. He'd lost quite a bit. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had a nice card game, and I beat the pants off of him almost literally. And I did tell him he might want to pick a different job. I didn't think gambling was his forte. He wasn't very good at it. He lost money often.
August 2nd, 1876, if you could think back. You didn't sit facing the front door.
Actually, technically, I did face the front door. You did. But there was a back door that I didn't face. And I was sitting at the card table with several men, and I distinctly remember asking one of them to change seats with me so I could see both doors. And he refused. So I was a bit careless, and I let it go that time. If it would have been 10 years earlier and I asked for a seat, people would have jumped up and gotten out of the way. Because I was older, 39, I'm losing my eyesight. He did not get out of the seat and change seats with me. So I stayed in the same seat, and I kept playing cards. And to be honest with you, I feel at age 39, I feel a little thin. Not on the outside, but on the inside. I feel like my life force is fading. My eyesight is fading. I'm getting toward the end. And I just didn't want to argue with him over it. I didn't want to get in a fight over it. I just wanted to play cards that night and have some whiskey. So when he didn't give up the seat, I just stayed where I was sitting, and I was fine with it.
I want to show you something if I can, please. And what I'm going to show you might be a little bit upsetting, but I'd like your reaction to it. I talked to you about motion pictures. Tell me if this looks familiar to you.
That feller looks like me.
Goddamn you!
That's almost exactly what happened in that moment. God damn, Jack McCall. Coward had to shoot me in the back. If I would have died that day, I would have killed that piece of shit myself.
So now you understand what happened.
I knew what happened. As soon as he shot me, I went down on the table. But at that exact moment, I wasn't in my body anymore. I could see the table, my body, the other people from above, looking down like I was moving away from it. And I knew that coward had shot me in the back and I was dead. I knew I wasn't coming back from that.
Where did you go?
It kept going up and up and up, and then it just went black. And from then on, I don't remember anything until you. How could anybody who's famous for being the best shot in the world want to continue to live when he can't even see his opponents that well? When he feels weak, he feels tired. I'm almost glad he did it. Jack McCall might have done me a favor. I don't know if I wanted to keep going feeling that way for a few more years.
We can actually only confirm, although you said you've killed 100 or more people, we can only confirm 6, maybe 7. But since you already admitted that you didn't kill McCandless, 6 people, you said 100? Is that really something you want to brag about?
Like I said, I never killed a man except out of self-defense or if he needed killing. I regret none of them except my own deputy. That's it. The rest of them deserve to die.
People still make a fuss about you, and we're talking about 150 years after you died. What do you think about that? Should they just let it go?
No. I don't smile very often, but that made me smile. I'm glad that I'm remembered. I'm glad people still talk about me. That was part of the goal when I was a lawman, when I was a gambler, when I was traveling the West, was to leave something behind. A memory, a thought, a piece of history. And sounds like I've done exactly that. That makes me very happy.
Mr. Hickok, I appreciate you coming back here. Regrettably, you're not able to stay. Wherever it is that you came from, you have to go back. The name of this program is One Day Only, and you only get 1 day to come back and make your case. But before you go, would you like to play one more hand of cards?
Sure, why not?
All right, then. Win or lose, you still gotta go. Ace. Pair of aces.
This is starting to feel very familiar.
Aces and eights. Pair of fives. And one more card. You ready to see it?
Let's do it. Show me.
Suicide King. Three of kind. You lose. Again.
It's okay. I actually don't care.
It's a good hand. But you gotta go. I'm gonna have to take you outside.
Sometimes life just deals you a bad hand. You just have to go with it. Lost again.
Let's go. It's time to go. Back from where you came from. Thanks. Thanks for joining me on One Day Only. Hope you enjoyed our interview with James Butler, Wild Bill Hickok. But it's time to make sure that he goes back and stays back.